Lisbon, Portugal. November 1st, 1755, 9:40 in the morning. The city is alive. Church bells echo through the narrow streets. Families walk together dressed for All Saints' Day. Merchants open their stalls. The Tagus River glows quietly under a calm sky. Everything feels normal, peaceful, safe. But beneath the ground, something is already breaking. At first it's barely noticeable, a low vibration, like a distant cart rolling over stone. People pause, some look around, then it comes again, stronger. The ground shifts, windows rattle, birds suddenly take flight. And within seconds, the earth begins to roar, not shake, roar. Buildings tremble violently, stone cracks spread across walls. Inside churches, candles fall, mass turns into chaos, people scream, they run, they don't know where to go, because the ground beneath them is no longer stable. Lisbon is sitting on a fault line that has been locked for centuries. Pressure has been building, silently, invisibly, until now. The earthquake intensifies, streets split open, entire sections of the city collapse in seconds, roofs cave in, walls crumble like sand. People rush into open areas thinking they are safer outside, but outside is no longer safe. The shaking doesn't stop, it grows stronger, more violent, more unpredictable. The city is no longer standing, it is breaking apart. And then, something even more disturbing happens. Near the river, people begin to notice it first. The water is moving, but not toward the city, away from it, fast. The Tagus River starts to drain, boats tilt sideways, wood creaks against exposed mud, fish flop helplessly on the riverbed. People stop running, they stare, because something feels wrong. The ocean should not behave like this. Not this fast, not this violently, but no one understands what it means, not yet. Some step closer, curious, confused, completely unaware that what they are witnessing is the beginning of something far worse. For a brief moment, everything feels still, too still. The shaking slows down, the screams fade into confusion, and near the shoreline, the silence becomes unbearable. The river has almost completely disappeared. What remains is an empty, exposed seabed, stretching farther than anyone has ever seen. Broken boats lie tilted in the mud, fragments of wood and cargo scattered everywhere. Fish struggle, gasping for water. Some people move closer, carefully, step by step, drawn in by something they cannot explain. Others hesitate, because deep down, something feels wrong, very wrong. And then, on the horizon, it appears. At first, it's just a dark line, barely noticeable, but it grows, slowly, then faster, rising higher and higher. The ocean is coming back, but not as water, as a wall, a massive wall of water stretching across the entire horizon. People freeze, no one speaks, no one moves, because the human mind cannot process what it's seeing. And then, someone runs, then another, and suddenly, everyone is running. Panic explodes across the shoreline, people scream, they push, they fall, desperate to escape. But there is nowhere to go. The wave is too fast, too big, too close. Within seconds, it hits. The impact is violent, unstoppable. The water slams into the harbor with crushing force. Ships are lifted like toys and thrown into buildings. Wood splinters, stone shatters, everything in its path is destroyed. The wave surges into the streets, turning roads into rivers, dragging debris, cars, people, all at once. The sound is deafening. A mix of roaring water, cracking wood, and collapsing stone. People try to climb anything they can, walls, rooftops, broken structures. Some make it, many don't. The current is too strong, too chaotic, too unforgiving. Within moments, entire sections of Lisbon are underwater. And then, just as suddenly as it came, the wave begins to slow. The water settles, the noise fades, leaving behind destruction, silence, and disbelief. Survivors look around, trying to understand what just happened. Some think it's over, that the worst has passed, that somehow they survived it. But the ocean is not finished, and what comes next will be even worse. For a moment, people believe it's over. They breathe, they look around, at what remains of their city. But the ground beneath them has not finished moving. Without warning, it strikes again. A second earthquake, shorter, sharper, more violent. Already damaged buildings collapse instantly. Walls that barely stood give in. Roofs crash down. Stone explodes into dust. People who survived the first wave are caught in falling debris. There is no time to react, no time to escape, and then another threat begins to rise: fire. At first, it's small, a single flame from a fallen candle, then another, oil spills, wood ignites, broken homes become fuel. Within minutes, fires begin spreading through the ruined city. The wind carries sparks from one building to another. Flames climb through debris. Smoke thickens in the air. People cough. They choke. They run again. But this time, they are running from fire. The streets become traps. Collapsed structures block the way. Flames close in from every direction. The city is no longer just broken. It is burning. And just when it seems nothing worse could happen, the ocean moves again. The water begins to pull back, faster than before, stronger than before. Even those who survived begin to understand. This is not over. This is only the beginning. The sea retreats, further than anyone has ever seen. The coastline stretches outward into an endless field of exposed earth. Wreckage is everywhere: broken ships, splintered wood, bodies. Silence spreads once again. But this time, it's different. People are no longer curious. They are afraid. They know what's coming. Some begin to run immediately. Others freeze in place, paralyzed by fear. And then, on the horizon, it rises again. But this wave is not like the first. It is larger, darker, more violent, a moving wall of destruction towering above everything in its path. The sky above it darkens. The wind intensifies. Debris is pulled back into the ocean, only to be thrown forward again. The wave grows higher and higher, until it blocks the horizon completely. There is no escape now. The city is already destroyed. The paths are blocked. The people are exhausted. And the wave is unstoppable. It crashes into Lisbon with unimaginable force, not just flooding the city, but erasing it. Entire neighborhoods disappear under the surge. Buildings collapse instantly. Anything still standing is torn apart. The water moves deeper inland than before, faster, stronger, more destructive. People are dragged away in seconds, those who climbed higher. Watch as everything below them vanishes. The city they knew is gone, and what replaces it is chaos beyond survival. When the water finally begins to settle, there is no relief, only silence, heavy, unreal silence. Lisbon is no longer a city. It is ruins, flooded, burning, broken beyond recognition. The fires continue to spread, uncontrolled, unstoppable. They consume everything that the earthquake and tsunami left behind. Smoke fills the sky, so thick it blocks out the sun. Day turns into darkness. Ash falls slowly over what remains of the city, like black snow. There are no organized rescues, no emergency systems, no help coming. People are trapped under collapsed buildings, calling out, waiting, hoping someone will hear them. Some do, many don't. Survivors wander through the ruins, searching for family, for friends, for anyone, but often they find nothing, only destruction, only silence. And in the middle of all this chaos, small moments of humanity still appear. A man pulling a stranger from debris, a woman guiding injured survivors through smoke-filled streets, a fisherman using what remains of his boat to rescue those trapped by the water. No coordination, no plan, just instinct, just survival. Hours pass, then days. The fires continue to burn, destroying what little is left. By the time it's over, tens of thousands are gone. Some estimates say up to 80,000 people, one of the most powerful cities in Europe, reduced to ashes in a single day. The scale of destruction is almost impossible to understand. Entire districts erased, landmarks gone forever, lives changed in an instant. But the impact of this disaster goes far beyond Lisbon, across Europe. People begin to ask questions. What caused this? Could it happen again? Philosophers debate fate. Scientists begin searching for answers. For the first time, humanity starts trying to understand earthquakes and tsunamis as real measurable forces, not just acts of fate. But even today, one truth remains, unchanged, unavoidable. We build cities, we create civilizations, we believe they are permanent, unshakable. But beneath our feet, the earth is always moving, slowly, silently, waiting, and when it finally releases, it does not ask if we are ready. It does not warn in a way we can truly understand. It simply happens, and in moments, everything changes. Lisbon, 1755, was a reminder. that no matter how advanced we become, nature will always be stronger, and sometimes it only takes minutes to erase everything.